And I'm Erika Thomas alongside meteorologist Stephen Elmore. We dealt with the rain yesterday, the cloud cover, the cool weather. Today, back to summer, huh? Location, location, location. We've all heard how location is everything when it comes to real estate.
No, it was after I saw the numbers.
Okay.
Otherwise, I
get
wouldn't
rid
have
of it.
been
We
here.
don't need it. We don't need it.
Alas, though, I am at work today, so
Yes.
I was not a winner either. Has set out snacks, hot coffee for those out here cleaning up and helping with these efforts. So you can see that even in the midst of all of this, there are people out here helping others who have been impacted even worse than they have. And as you take a look just a few yards from that aid station, you can look over here and see the damage in this neighborhood, the extent of that roof damage here.
And all of that money will stay in the community. Every dollar counts. We have been out here since 6 a.m. and we found out just a little bit ago we have surpassed the $7,000 mark raised just here in person. I call this semi-baked.
Yeah.
It's not quite there, but it's okay. It tastes
Is it
good.
good enough, though?
Authentic Korean cuisine, simplified, cooked from scratch right here in Bentonville, Arkansas. Hello, fellow foodies, and welcome in to another episode of Order Up. I'm Erika Thomas, and I am so excited because this is all about dessert.
Maybe we dip the end? Is that weird? It's like eating the base of an ice cream cone first.
Then if you forget the windows and they're still open on a
still
morning
gets-
when it rains,
It gets cold.
it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's cold, it's wet.
It's damp, yeah, totally.
So just be prepared, right?
sure.
To that 32,000 mark that we're seeing on this day, that most recent spike, of course, began just after Christmas. And just think about, as teenagers, they had the weight of a nation
Oh, yeah.
on their shoulders.
That's right.
Now they just have the weight of Razorback Nation.
Right?
Like,
Crazy.
no big deal, right?
I'd say they're about equal.
Coming up on your 5 News First at 4, the Biden administration's plan to step up supply of the monkeypox vaccine to communities hardest hit by this current outbreak. And I'm Erika Thomas alongside meteorologist Stephen Elmore. We dealt with the rain yesterday, the cloud cover, the cool weather. Today, back to summer, huh? All right, Stephen, thanks. New at 4 today, a man is behind bars this afternoon after police say he was buying and selling stolen body parts.
Yeah.
Police say Paulie bought $4,000 worth of body parts and they were shipped in the mail. An investigation by the FBI and Arkansas State Police say the woman was stealing those body parts. Police have not said what charges she faces and her ties to the University of Arkansas mortuary. 5 News reached out to the FBI, who says this is an ongoing investigation. To read more on this story, you can head to our website at 5newsonline.com. The states with the most cases are New York and California. Hundreds of people lined up for the monkeypox vaccine at a New Jersey clinic. In order to stretch supply, the FDA has approved splitting each vial of vaccine into 5 doses to be injected just under the skin. The CDC now reports more than 13,500 confirmed cases nationwide. With classes at the U of A starting Monday, the Pat Walker Student Health Center is making new efforts to keep it from spreading. For students living in communal spaces like dorms or Greek housing, the Student Health Center advises students to protect themselves not only from monkeypox, but COVID as well. The state of Arkansas has been allocated a certain number of doses of the vaccine. It prevents smallpox and monkeypox. While the supply is still limited, more doses are on the way. A federal judge in Florida is ordering the government to take steps to release the legal document that supported the warrant for the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago. The DOJ says making the affidavit public could serve as a roadmap to the government's ongoing investigation, chill future cooperation by witnesses, and harm other high-profile investigations. The judge is giving the government until next week to propose redactions to that document. And the Crescent, Oklahoma Police Department warning the community and a school of possible ties that one of Hartman's accomplices may have in the area. In a Facebook post, the chief said the police have informed the school of the potential risk, saying they're providing an additional police presence as a precaution, but say there is no specific threat toward the school at this time. Early voting for the August 23rd runoff primary began today for voters in all 77 counties. Early voting is available today and tomorrow from 8 to 6 and on Saturday from 8 to 2. Early voting for the general election in Arkansas, by the way, begins October 24th. The state education department is asking for lawmakers to take up a vote that might help address an ongoing teacher shortage. The rule change would give a provisional license to applicants enrolled in education programs. A decision will be made later this afternoon. We'll update you once that decision is made. A poll from the American Federation of Teachers found that job satisfaction is desperately low. According to that survey, many educators are not satisfied with low salaries and are concerned about gun violence in the classroom. Others feel schools have become too politicized. New research finds people with COVID have a higher risk of developing some neurological and psychiatric conditions up to 2 years after infection. We'll have the details coming up. But children were more likely to be diagnosed with some conditions such as seizures and psychotic disorders over the 2 years after COVID infection. Here's a live look in Fort Smith along Rogers Avenue from Mercy Hospital. So far, but a nice day outside. More cloud cover, though, as we head into your afternoon hours. Let's check in with Stephen for an update.
And circulation.
Did you buy one?
No.
So there's no chance for you.
I didn't
Besides
get
the
that.
scratchers, though, there are 2 additional drawings scheduled where players have the chance to win. Of course, the Mega Millions jackpot drawing scheduled for tomorrow, and the Powerball jackpot scheduled for Saturday.
Yeah. Today?
Yeah, and in Northwest Arkansas, the 112 Drive-In is the last remaining outdoor silver screen for the whole area.
Yeah.
We actually just went for the very first time last week, and we saw
It's
Minions and Top
fun.
Gun.
Yes,
It was
it's
so cool,
fun.
and such a different experience
Oh,
for
yeah.
the theater,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So there are only 2 weekends left in the Drive-In of these 42 years of operation.
Yeah.
You see, it's Twister and Wizard of Oz
That's
this
right,
week, and
this
closing
weekend.
Grease and Footloose.
Both are terrific.
Yeah. Most nurses will tell you the profession is a calling for them. Now, the newly formed Arkansas Nurses Honor Guard is paying tribute to those who spent their lives caring for others. Founder Elsie Collins started the Arkansas Nurses Honor Guard in the Searcy Rosebud area to honor her friend and colleague, Teresa Buchanan, who died of COVID complications in January 2021. The RN had dreamed of starting the Honor Guard before she passed away. Statewide, nurses have now formed more than 19 chapters and volunteered their services to complete more than 50 tributes. Here at home, RN Kara Branton started the River Valley chapter by herself just 6 months ago and has grown that group to 650 members. Last month, I attended the celebration of life for 95-year-old Mamie Mann in Fort Smith to witness how her fellow nurses honored her service as part of her final farewell.
Nursing is a calling, a lifestyle, a way of living.
Inside Goddard United Methodist Church in Fort Smith, family and friends gather to remember the life of Mamie Mann.
She was a very good nurse for a very long time. Her work ethic was like none.
And seated in the front row are 9 fellow nurses, here to honor Mamie's lifelong commitment.
It's so wonderful to listen to the family stories, just like Mamie's today, because we knew her as a nurse. But to hear what she was like as a mom and a family member and a grandmom, it was just wonderful.
Led by RN and 3rd-generation nurse Kara Branton, the River Valley chapter of the Arkansas Nurses Honor Guard is growing quickly.
We did our first tribute in January. I actually did it alone because we were still very new, and
We began to work, and today we have over 650 people. So I am just so honored to see what one person can do.
Each service includes the Nightingale Tribute, named after the founder of modern nursing, Florence Nightingale.
nurses here today honor Mamie and her life as a nurse. She is not remembered by her years as a nurse, but by the difference she made during those years.
And a reading of the poem, She Was There, written by nurse Dwayne Yeager.
When a calming, quiet presence was all that was needed, Mamie was there. In the excitement and miracle of birth and mystery and loss of life, Mamie was there. And now that it's time to be at her Lord and Savior's side, Mamie is there.
I'm just so honored to pay tribute to these nurses because I know how much of their lives they have given. They give on holidays, they give on weekends, they give 24 hours a day.
Paging Mamie, RN. Paging Mamie, RN. Paging Mamie, RN. We now release you of your nursing duties.
That final clock out for a nurse when you can say, I did it. This is the final for your nursing career. You did it and you did it well.
A small gesture of appreciation, honoring a lifetime of dedication.
You're there for the family, you're there for their healing. You pray that it brings just a little bit of peace to them, but we leave changed.
I'm forever changed.
The Arkansas Nurses Honor Guard has chapters all across the state. Any licensed practical nurse, registered nurse, or nurse practitioner is eligible. You can reach out to your local chapter to request a tribute for your loved one or to volunteer. That contact information is available with this story on our website at 5newsonline.com. For the second night, many families in one Springdale neighborhood won't be sleeping in their own beds after the tornado badly damaged their homes. For now, all they can do is pick up the pieces and take things one day at a time.
The buzz of chainsaws fill the air on Fairway Circle as the remnants of people's lives can be found scattered around the neighborhood. Roofs ripped off, windows shattered, all happening in an instant.
You can't prepare for stuff like this. There's no way to prepare for this, so.
Joseph Webb and his wife Stephanie had just finished a year-long remodel when the storm hit, causing major damage. Their garage is gone, and the door was tossed across the lawn.
I feel hollow, to be honest with you. Breathing's kind of odd. To be, well, I mean, you want to be positive and think we'll move forward from here, but it's gonna be another long year, another year at least.
At this point, Joseph doesn't know if his home can be saved. But in the midst of tragedy, neighbors are stepping up.
Everybody here reached out and serving coffee, snacks, whatever it takes to keep you going on this, but it's been a rough 2 days here for sure. So,
in the days and weeks to come, cleanup efforts will continue, bringing the community together in its time of need.
It's so encouraging to see people want to come out and help so much. Hey, we live in a great place. We really do.
Hundreds of volunteers and restoration crews are hard at work, helping friends and strangers clear debris and get back inside their homes.
Just being safe. That's the name of the game right now, is to be safe, take care of yourself and your own, and look out for those around you that look like they need help.
For Joseph, the shock of what happened won't soon wear off, but he says he'll keep on fighting.
You can't be in charge of things like this, but they don't give you a game plan for when it does happen. You're winging it.
Joseph tells me the next step is to find more permanent housing for his family and continue the cleanup process. Now, if you're interested in volunteering, the mayor says you can call or show up at the Springdale Rec Center to sign up. And for those needing debris removed, you can call Public Works for pickup and just make sure everything is cut down to 4-foot pieces.